Apologize, I was wrong.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. And it is us again. I'm your host, Neil Hoyt, and I'm joined by my other host, Derek Marshall. Derek, how you doing, brother?
I am well, man. What's going on with you?
I
Talk
am
to
good,
me.
yeah. I am good. I am good. Everything is going well. We got a little reprieve today. Prime Minister said you could get to do some gym work.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
that's always
yeah,
good
yeah.
to hear.
Yeah. So
Still
anyhow, we back at it again.
back
I
at it,
hope
man.
everybody out there as well. Thanks everybody for joining us. Derek, as you know, we plug your music G Syndicate at the beginning of every show so that we can, while we wait, give people something to listen to as they come to the live stream. So, do your thing, man. Let everybody know how and where they can find G Syndicate.
Yeah, man. G Syndicate 6. GSyndicate6.com. G Syndicate 6 on IG, and Facebook, YouTube. There may be one other, but I can't remember exactly what it is right now. But GSyndicate6.com for sure. You can check us out there. Everything you want to know G Syndicate related. Uh, my guy Teague James, he did the website.
Shout
It's
out to
pretty
T.
awesome stuff. So shout out to Teague. Shout out to you guys in G Syndicate as well. Kia Mal, Vaden, Mark, Brett, and Antonio. Shout them all out. Big respects. Look out for us. We got some stuff coming to you very, very soon. We had a release not too long ago, and that seems to be doing pretty well. The music video is on television
Mm-hmm.
since I think yesterday. And some people
Sweet,
have been
sweet,
the
sweet, sweet.
people in the video have been getting calls about it, saying that I see you on TV, that kind of way. So
You're a
it's been doing
celebrity,
well.
man. You had fame before the podcast. Just let everybody know, okay?
I wish. One of these days I'll get there. Well, shout
Mm.
out to everybody in the chat tonight. We are here. We feeling good. What's going on with you, my brother? Talk to me.
Yeah, man, I good. I am really digging the responses and the contributions from everyone. When it comes to the Senate podcast, as you said, a lot of people really do want to talk the things. When it comes to this my woman thing and this as a man talk about life and stuff like that. So I'm feeling good. I just kind of going on my journey, taking care of myself as best as I can, and definitely having better days more so than I've been having recently. So, and it is in due in part to this podcast. You and I doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. I want to thank you very much for allowing us to, well, kind of get it on me to create this space so that we could go forward. And I thank everybody for joining us and contributing, and positive vibes only. No. First, let me shout out Ricardo Atkins. He says, good night, Senator Marshall and Senator Hoyt. Ambassador Goddard locked on, guys. Say he's a virgin. Chances are he can be silent tonight, man. Dwayne, no, man. No, he can still talk things, Dwayne. No, don't, Dwayne. No, Dwayne. Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
I
Come on now.
think that this is because he's a virgin at his advanced age that he would definitely
don't,
be able to weigh in on the
don't
topic
tell
like
him
this.
my advance. Don't tell him my advanced age. Derek must be age. Don't do that. I am not. I am not advanced. I am not advanced in my age. Are you on sexy? Anyhow, so I explain. Anyhow, Keita Ellis, thanks for joining us. Long time no see. He says good night. All right, Derek. Now to the meat of the matter, the topic for today. Now, as usual, you would have posted something on Facebook to garner some insight, some conversation, some conversation going into what we'll be talking about today. So you can read what you posted, and then you can read some comments and let us know what we really get into this Thursday evening.
All right. Well, as I promised on Tuesday, I said tonight we'll be talking about sex. So the question to the forum would have been, have you ever left a relationship because the sex wasn't good? If so, how did you handle this sensitive topic? And in retrospect, what I should have also asked is, if it wasn't good, did you stay in it? And how did you handle it within the relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we got some very interesting responses. I noticed that the men didn't really chime in on this particular one.
I can get to that though. I can get there. I got women to blast tonight. Go ahead.
Okay.
I got women to blast tonight, right? So you go on.
Right. So we had sex not being good isn't enough to make me leave. unless he has a really tiny eggplant. The problem, in my opinion, is that even though people have sex, a lot of people are afraid to actually discuss it with their partners. People say the most during sex. Whose cat is this? You don't know him. This is how you like it? No. But somehow cannot sit down and have a real conversation about why they're not enjoying the experience or tell slash show their partner how they want to be pleased. It's still embarrassing to some, even taboo. So you may find a lot of people going through the motions in a relationship or going outside the relationship for what they consider a good nut. Then burger down problems when a good convo paired with a night of wine and worthlessness teaching session could have made things better. Communication is key. And that was an interesting response. But then uh, somebody asked the question, it may not make you leave, but would you be faithful throughout that? Because it's one
Mm,
thing to stay, because
mm,
you may have other things going on. Because we all know a relationship is not sex, it's just not the be all and end all of a relationship. So it's
right.
okay to say, yeah, I can stay in it because the sex ain't good, but I can stay in it.
In a bar,
Yeah,
fella.
my fella, because there are other things going on in terms of, shoot, he might be providing well. He might just generally be a good guy, treating you well or whatever. I did find it interesting though that more women, more the females tend to be the ones who suffer through the bad sex, and men don't generally complain or don't seem to complain about having issues with sex. So
We
is
don't
it
complain, but
so about
we would that there would be some
but because
dalliance.
we're not saying anything. So is it a case where we actually don't have a problem? We don't see a problem with it.
Mhm.
We are good once we, as the person who responded so eloquently said, once we get a nut, we good. Is that the case, or is it that there are certain things we need that we are too afraid to ask for,
Mhm.
or we just want to keep peace in the house so we don't ask for them? We would just find a quiet spot and knock it out on our own, a handwritten letter, or is it a case where we decide she ain't fulfilling my needs, so let me go elsewhere? You know,
Let me touch road.
yeah. Is that the case in terms of how we get down? But
Mhm.
you know, it may be a situation where it goes both ways. You know what I mean? I I I for one don't believe that women don't step out on relationships. I don't believe that at all. Right?
Generally, they don't. No, no.
Um,
That's yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do. Life has shown me that women will be in situations that are very good, but if the sex is lacking, or matter of fact, let me not say just the sex, if the attention is lacking because the sex isn't good, or the sex is lacking because the attention isn't good, the two may go hand in hand. Women are more than prepared to say, sure, let me dip out, get a little piece, and come back. But they're they're a little quicker also to outline the framework under which this thing is going to operate. A woman will say
Mhm.
up front to you, look, I got my man home, he's the man, he's my husband or whatever, he provided for your household. I would give you a little piece, but he's the man.
Yes. Know your role and
Know
shut your
your
mouth.
role and shut your mouth in the immortal words of the raw, right?
Yeah.
So you get this money side, but he's the man. Don't cause the confusion. You know what I mean? Men,
Mhm.
on the other hand, I find that we are a little slower to establish those boundaries, and that's generally how we end up getting ourselves in some problems. But we had a lot to
Many
digest there.
troubles.
We had to say about communication and talking it through. One respondent said, I stayed in the situation for more than a year with horrible sex. I tried to communicate that, but that was also a challenge for him as well. So I'm good over here. If I engage anyone now, I have that conversation up front. Yeah, so I'll leave off the rest of that. Um, then I also had a friend who had a terrible experience um, to hear her tell it, that it was particularly brief
Mm.
on more than one occasion, and she found that it was something she just couldn't deal with. As a matter of fact, I would have spoken about this when we were talking about count and all that. She was really upset about the fact that he would have been a part of the count, and
She
she
give you
essentially
accounts.
based
She
the
give you
count
accounts.
on him. She was
She give
really
you
upset about
accounts.
that fact. So
Yeah,
when
boy.
we get
I've heard
into it,
that too. I've actually, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So women tend to be a
Mm.
little upset about that. So how do you get to that point where you can have a conversation like that? Because for men, our ego tends to be very wrapped up in our sexual prowess. You know what I mean?
More
So
so than women for sure.
more so than women, because even though women are very quick to say, "Yeah, I gotta put this on you. This is the stuff that you never had before," that kind of way. Um, I know the chat will probably tell me that being misled. Let me peek your quick and see. But
Oh,
anyway,
look, the chat gone crazy already.
yeah.
Well, mainly good nights and thing, but we can get there. We can get there.
Okay. So, but I find that women women brag about their prowess as well, but their ego is not wrapped up in it as much as men. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So
Mm-hmm.
when there are moments of impropriety or whatever, a woman would ask if you love the person that you're with, um, was it better than with me? You know what I mean? So I think part of the issue we have in terms of the communication and all that is that we are a little too quick to get to actual sex. That might just be the problem. It might be just that
Mm-hmm.
we get there a little bit too quickly. So because it's still a matter, you talk all the time, Neil, about soul ties. They call it pair bonding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, that ability to connect. But because we've been around the block so many times with so many different people, there's nothing special about it. The next person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you go into a situation where now, all right, with this person, and for men, we trying to, it's all about the catch, not so much the chase for us,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So we in a hurry to get to the finish line, you know what I mean? And women know too, because things have changed so much in terms of sexual liberation and stuff like that since the 50s and 60s, coming all the way up, the sexual
Mm-hmm.
revolution, sorry. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Women now are a little bit more aggressive in terms of pursuing
A
sexual.
little, a little bit more, boss.
I'm going to say a little bit more in terms of pursuing a sexual relationship, right? So because of that, everybody kind of like sprinting towards some kind of goal, and the goal tends to be sex as opposed to being a relationship. So here it is now. We get to that goal of sex. We've had sex. We have no
Mm-hmm.
relationship. So here it is now. We've had the sex, but with somebody that we don't relate to. So now it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
we don't
Yep.
recognize
Yep.
that the relationship kind of improves the sex. Because if you in person click on that level, there's nothing wrong with you saying to the person, because you and this person a little closer, you can say to that person, but yeah, um, I like it if you put my foot by your head, you know what I mean? I like that. Do that to me. I like it when you touch this
Yeah.
part here, when you suck
I
that
like the
part here.
barboya twist. I like the
Yeah,
barboya
the
twist.
lizard lap, you know what I
The lizard lap.
mean? The real bar. Because you know connecting on that level, you find that you'll be able to talk about certain things, and you can say,
Mm,
yeah, I want the handcuffs tonight. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
partner say,
Yeah.
all right, cool, I done with that. Or
Yeah.
because you've had that discussion before, you say, I really sit down with all that stuff. You kind of get a little bit of a, as we call it last time, the cheat sheet. You know, yeah, my girl ain't really about
Yeah. She
handcuffs and
about the
whips and
wellness.
chains. So
Yeah.
I ain't know if I can really pursue that angle with her at all. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing worse than, sex that just clumsy and
Yeah, that
it,
ain't
it,
hitting. That ain't
it really
hitting. That
clicking. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
you literally just burning calories and you're
Yeah,
done.
if you're lucky. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So I think we gotta kind of be. I think we're a little too quick to get to that point. Before we go any further, let me say here: if you can get it in, get it in. You know what I mean? I ain't telling nobody don't try to get some.
Shit.
I
Shit.
I would be the last person to tell somebody don't try to get some. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
get one to get it good.
get where to get it good. But having said that, I think we, and when I say we, I mean myself included, we just always a little too quick to kind of get to that point. We don't
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we don't really do the startup. We don't build on a firmer
yeah,
foundation because
yeah,
you
yeah.
you might start out on a firmer foundation in terms of trying to go through the process again to know somebody and stuff like that. And then you
Mm-hmm.
realize this person cool, but we don't click like that. So I ain't really trying to pursue
Hitting.
it. You know what I mean? I don't try to pursue it any further because we ain't vibing like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whereas opposed to we just we get together, we have a little roll around,
Yeah.
and then you realize it's somebody you don't even like.
And that's the thing. The post sex interaction is just so stiff and
Awkward.
stilted. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
they just like,
yeah, boy,
all right, hey
I
yo,
gotta go home. I gotta go home and water my goldfish.
yeah, so I think we're just a little too quick to get there, and that may be the problem where the whole thing stems from. Because I think if we build up the relationship before that to a point where you're comfortable talking, because then they're more vulnerable than being naked in front of somebody else. You know what I mean? Having said that, some people they did the chat probably ain't getting naked. You know, like, yeah, pull cross here, pull down here, let me go, let me
Yeah,
fix
yeah,
up. You know what I mean? So
a
there
little quick
really
move.
no vulnerability there. But if it is a case where you kind of pursue it a little deeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where a lot of the problems stem from. I think we kind of uh, just press brakes a little bit and try
I
to
think.
build a firmer footing, and that would kind of alleviate some of the problems and make it a little easier to talk it through. You know what I mean?
Mhm. All right. The chat going crazy, right? I don't know if you want to catch up with the chat before I go on my rant
Yeah,
and blast
let's
these
do
women
that. Let's do
because I really want to tell off these women, right? I really got to tell off these women. So let me deep dive into the chat because it going kind of crazy.
that.
First things first, let me start with Dwayne Goddard. Dwayne Goddard talking about we are. I know. See, he talk about he learning from the greats.
Oh
Boy,
Lord.
I if it was great. Listen, if it was great, I would have gone professional. That's all I would say about that. Um, good night, everybody. Keitha, Jennifer, Victoria, Mark, Swag. Um, Claire, glad to see you. Tara, thanks for joining. Zoe, Dion, good night. Jennifer, Pipe, Rian, thanks for joining us. Jimmy, thanks for joining us. Faithfulness is a choice. That's what he says. Hi, TC, Terencia, how you doing? Dion did not raise her hand. She was just kind of waving at TC and not wanting to add and tell us about her sexual prowess. So Jennifer, Jennifer won't know what she's talking about. So just keep it cool. Um, them don't count. Oh, the bottom ones don't count, TC? Or
We said this. We said
hold on a
this.
minute, right? Listen, I want you to know, man got a little saying, right? You can't take out the fuck here. You can't
Yeah,
take it out once
got
in any
awful.
A. Yeah, you can't awful. Um, we got Terencia. I wasn't good. You did not exist. Oh shoot. Um, Natalia, good night. Anastasia, the same facts. I think she also made mention to right. We got Jimmy. Honestly, people who brag about their prowess are all lying. I don't know. um, Bosom, listen, this is Akil. Akil, welcome. Listen, we have to be real. Most people would leave, but there's far more to a relationship than sex. I could do it easily after the things some of us have been through. We should connections outside of the physical connection. Anastasia, indeed, right? Dion clarifying that she is not. ready to give her TED talk on sex. Um, we have TC and Jennifer, commenting and laughing at Dion. How does porn impact these expectations? Oh, porn.
Porn.
He's a porn.
Oh,
How does porn? I thought Jimmy Boy thought you had to tell me about porn and sex. Anyhow, porn is about fantasy. Talk about it. I will do that. We will do that. Sorry. Men get panicked when women approach with certain things. I can talk about that too. You take it like TC. We can get there. Dion. But if y'all want opinions, it depends on a lot of things. How invested you are in the relationship. If you aren't that interested in, sorry, if you're not that interested, it's easy to walk away and not bother with the conversation age. When you're younger, you tend to feel there are plenty of options. You may not know yourself how to vocalize what you want based on experience. True. Omar, welcome. Thanks for the comment. Sex is a spiritual connection between two mortal beings. So that clicking you talk about could be the two spirits in connecting. Fact. All right. Here is my man, Dwayne Goddard. All of a sudden got something to say. Said he was going to be quiet, but let's get to it, Dwayne. Sometimes all that is needed is a conversation. I had this convo in a group chat a few weeks ago. Sometimes, sorry, ladies, women are too quick to discuss with a girlfriend or even a mother, or secondly, lay there and fake it, I guess, or fake it, making the guy feel he is the best thing since sliced bread when he really ain't kicking it. As you guys say, be prepared to have the unsexy, sexy sex conversations. Next point. Many of us rush into sex, spend time getting to know your spouse partner, then we may actually know how to please them. True. Philip, good night. What's up? Nice to see you. My baby, Young Tricks. My man Jamal, what's up? Good night. Who else? I say so, can't take out the facts. Correct, Jennifer. Won't say anything. Good night, Allison. Thanks for joining us. Don't care. This TC responded to Jennifer. Don't care. It was a good. You did not exist. Seriously, Ori. or TC. Rian, if a man brags too much, walk away. Oh, this is interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
But, very. Go ahead, my brother.
But watch it now, right? When this topic came up, I said I gotta curse the women, right? Because right, y'all just come and y'all just say, woe is me, we are women, we got pressures, we got societal whatever, right? But what I don't know is like to be a man though. Because we men don't walk a road and talk about how one ain't good and how she lay down there and just take it. She wouldn't even mourn. She wouldn't even say nothing. We just walk around. I actually big one up and say, yo, that girl, she's on red, boy. She got a good something, boy. She got good. She's very good at what she does. But not one of women. When us walk out and talk, boy, that man, I went kiss you and think he presents saying 2 inches long. He can't eat, can't have sex, he can't do this, he can't do that. Yes, girl, I don't care how big he look, how sexy he look. He can't walk it, he can't stir the coffee. No, tell me, right? We men don't talk about things. You all women just get out there and bad talk the men, right? Heaven knows what is out there in the street. You go talking to a girl now, say, wait. You was Neil Hoyt? Oh, no. I gotta go and water my cactus. I gotta go home. You understand? What am I gotta stop with this here, man? That's the truth, right? The same way when you hear very eloquently saying you have to have the conversation and you have to have first things first. When the women, because we talked about this a few weeks ago about requirements in a relationship. When I want a man tall, dark, and handsome, you gotta be over 6 feet, you gotta be dark skinned, and you gotta go a 9-inch wood, right? But let me tell you something. See, when the women could change all sorts of manner of things with one itself, right? We can't change we height, or we can't change we penis size. So if one nigga tell me no, I come to you, all 6'5" myself, and everything good, we connect, and everything lovely. You like my nice brown eyes and my nice, brown skin, tall, dark, and handsome, and I drop, and I only working with 2, right? You can't come now. I want it. You can't.
Deuces.
You can't come. Hold on, Rihanna say, she tell me things come out. No, I'm not talking about me. This is hypothetical now. This is hypothetical now.
Just clear that.
I am not confirming or denying my size. I'm just saying you're all women.
Oh
because you all control, what's this? You hear good things about men too. You hear good things about men for true? Oh, what about
This
God?
is
Tell me.
true, O'Neal. That is true. You do. You do. You do.
Yeah, Carol, nobody, Kevin Samuels? Jeez!
All right.
All right, I love it. I love it. But no, seriously though, women, y'all control access to sex. Therefore, when we do have sex, you have to understand, as Derek said, we are both naked. It's a vulnerable situation. We may or may not have, it depends on the situation, but let's say it is something where we have worked toward coming close together emotionally and everything like that, sharing, and we're taking it to the next level, right? Please understand. One, you can't ask a man, so we working, babe. Can't ask that. So you got to know when the
It's been
man
done,
drop
though.
his draw. Huh?
It's been done, though.
It's been done more than that. I had a woman grab my
Yeah.
person in the middle of a fight. I ain't gonna talk about me too though. Anyhow,
Because they had a nipple bitten in effect. But that's another story altogether.
there you go.
But a
And it
woman
was
that I didn't really know that.
exactly. It was a woman that was comfortable with that kind of way. Anyhow, the point I'm trying to make is that a man is also in a vulnerable position, just like you when you're naked, right? The man does not know how you're going to react, especially if he has things about his body that he is uncomfortable with and insecure with. If the man does have a tool but he don't know how to use it, could dare man, go a road and talk about the man, because it may be the chemistry, as Derek saying, it may be the man needs to learn, it may be a whole host of things. The point is, don't engage the man sexually. The man ain't work it good. And then you gone out there saying, this man can't do not one thing, boy, this man is frustrating me. Let me tell you something, boy, the man stick it in a stir and I just don't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? The man need a map. The man need a map. Help the man help you. Talk to the man. Yeah?
Yeah.
For me, if I have a partner that something off, I would say, well, babe, I have had situations where, well, not situations, one situation where a woman, she had difficulty orgasm through penetration. So I asked a question. I say, "Is me?" And she said, "No, it's just that sort of thing." No, granted, she could be making it saying and trying to, spare my feelings or whatever.
Yeah.
However, through experimentation, I realized that from what she is saying, that could be fact, right? So we had conversations and we worked around certain things because I believe in mutual gratification. As a man that may having sex, everybody, when everything done, everybody must feel it, they had to get right. You know what I'm saying? I want nobody to feel like they're lacking or anything like that. But women, I just have to go on this rant, right? I let you all know. Don't take the loving and then walk around and talk either about the penis size or talk about ain't doing the law work. Because shoot, we out here, some men out here blind, they don't know what vagina look like. You can point at it and tell you that's what that is, but they can't tell you the parts right and how to please and stuff like that. People don't know erogenous zones and that's it, certain things of a woman's body. Some men don't take the time to learn a woman's body. So bear with us. You all have access to sex. You all control that. Therefore, Kadir, some of we men walking about blind in the forest. Help me. Help us.
Help
Us.
me.
Yeah, help me. Help us. Talk to
Help
us.
me.
Let us know.
Help you.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Because as everybody's saying, he may be doing a lot of things in terms of providing, in terms of emotional support, all these other things he is doing. But it's just the sex off. And it's been a while since, you had the shakes.
It's your promised land.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong in having that conversation. No, to the conversation at hand, in terms of, I agree with you there. You must have the conversations. You must have it. And the thing about it is, I find that it's so easy to have the conversation because sex, especially in 2021, it is so easy to have sex, right? And the funny thing you mentioned about soul ties and connection, right? No, yes, when you have sex, you have to have that soul tie. For me personally, I can talk my business a bit, but for me personally, I have to have a level of connection with the person before we engage in sexual activity. So I remember a few years ago, I met I met a woman, and we decided to engage in a sexual. This is more than 2 years ago. This is a while back, and we decided to engage in a sexual relationship. We both agreed this is what we want, this is what we need right now. We ain't looking for nothing more. This is what it is. But for me, I felt, and that was literally discussed very like the first conversation is like, yeah, I want a man, but you were still,
Do a thing.
you were still, I would get a slice, and I told her, well, I appreciate that, but I feel like we need to have at least a few conversations so that because I got kind of, this gonna sound weird, but my engine don't move if I know you. Like, if you just come off the street, it ain't
There
gonna,
needs to be
like,
some kind of familiarity.
yeah, yeah. Some sort of familiarity where we can, where the getting into the sexual activity is easy to transition to, and it's not like Toby looking on there like, all right, so you gonna play with me or I gonna play with you? What we gonna do? That's sexy, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that yes, you have to have conversation. I do really agree with soul ties. I've actually made the decision um, a little earlier this year that the having sex, say the sexual relationships and casual relationships, that ain't for me. That ain't for me because of the type of person I am and the way I like to engage women on that level. So I can't very well say that I will do that with any and everybody again. And I would say it is very important for you to have those conversations, to have the conversations about, and as you say, it is hard because it is very easy for the conversation to devolve into sex because that's easy.
Yeah.
We all want it. We all
Low
like
hanging
it.
fruit.
Nobody ain't asking you about your previous traumas and where you healing from or anything. So we asking about, yeah, how you look. Send me some audiovisual stimulation. Let me see what you're working with, right? Which is another thing. Men, stop sending dick pics. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Please stop
Don't
sending the people dick pics, especially if they're unsolicited. Stop it. I had
stop
a
it.
friend of mine. I had a friend of mine literally tell me earlier this week that a man showed she, yeah, we're getting on, sweetheart. Yeah, good. How you doing? I hear you in a long time. Hey, good, man. Everything good. Boom.
Bam.
Yo, I'll get your hand. And the woman like,
I didn't
you
ask for
know,
this. I didn't
it's
ask for this. Get
7 o'clock in the morning. You just got a penis in your hand, just right there, and the man like, oh, sorry, stop it, man.
ain't cool. Ain't
Yeah,
cool.
fine. You may have got big wood, right? But time and place, come here. But yeah,
Neil,
I think,
before we touch back in the chat, Neil, I want to
uh,
say I think it comes down to taking responsibility for your own sexual experience, even within the confines of a relationship.
sure.
Because, ladies, believe it or not, um, a man is going to get his, right?
By
He is
hook
going to
or
get
by
his
crook, by
by
hook
hook
or by
or crook,
crook.
right? And you really don't want it to be a case where the man says, "Shoot, you never watch the Olympics. Who come first win?" So you don't want that.
As the man would tell you, when they come, I come. Who ain't come, and who come will come back.
Come back. You know what I mean? It's one wrong and then go wrong.
Yeah.
So you don't want a situation like that. So you need to help, as Neil was saying, ladies, help the man to help you. Because shoot, the wind blow too hard, man, we can be ready to go. We can
Yeah, it
get it
don't take
off,
much.
right?
Trust me,
You
for
know
me,
what I
it
mean?
don't take much. If I empty it, it don't take much.
Exactly. But ladies, we understand that it takes a little bit more to get you to that point where you can get over. We get it. We appreciate that.
Mm.
And have that discussion. And this is not an unsexy conversation. This is actually a very sexy conversation.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty sexy conversation.
Let the man know over there I like certain things. You know, this is what you want done. And let me not say it like that. This is what I like. So, like, you still gotta remember you're dealing with egos and stuff like that.
Right.
So don't be like some women. I've heard a story about a woman. She was having an interaction with a guy, and he decided he was going to go down on her, and I didn't go particularly well.
Oh
And she
dear.
was like, "Listen, man, come from down there, cause you only nasty, you know what I mean? Come from there, you know what I mean?" And I cannot imagine what it
Oh,
would be like to
that
hear
is that, that is a flaccid eggplant same time.
Immediately, you know what I mean? I
Same
cannot
time.
imagine. Don't get me wrong, for I've heard some very strange things, some hurtful stuff in my one time, in my own experiences, because shoot, everybody has had one of those experiences. It's like, yeah, that wasn't good. You know what I mean? And it may have been your fault. It may or may not. It may be the other person's fault. It may just have been a case of not clicking for whatever reason. And but I've heard some, because women, you all know, when you want to get down and dirty, when you want to hurt, women know how to hurt, right? No,
Yo,
women,
oh,
you know,
even if
hey,
it's true, listen, Derek, even if it ain't true or not, the easiest thing to get to a man. I had a
exactly.
woman one time, as a man that, I had a woman that used to push my buttons, so she used to come with the logic, and when the logic ain't work, the woman
Bram,
get some
low blow,
places, boy. And I'd be like,
right? So the stuff I know, ladies, you would say, man, I was just trying to get vexed. I was just trying to hurt. But that's stuff that there's stuff that I was told I don't want to talk all my business. All right. But there's stuff that I was told this 2021. There's stuff that I was told nearly 20 years ago that I can still hear to this day. All right.
oh, you don't
Because
forget it.
you don't forget it, because and it's not like, you know, it's just because the connection wasn't there, so it didn't really work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a one size fits all thing where sex is concerned, that you do one thing with one partner and do the same thing with the next partner and expect the same results. It doesn't work like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But have that conversation with your partner. Ladies, it don't take much for the men. Shoot.
We
Look
get
at
it.
we gotta
Listen,
go. Gotta go.
listen.
Ladies require a
I
little
told
bit
her.
more attention to detail.
Listen, I told a woman one time, like, let me tell you something, right? It don't, I could on sight. If I into you, I could see you. And I
Yep.
ready. I
I was
ready.
told that. I remember I did a summer job at Burger Pants when it was like 16 years, 15, 16 years old.
Mm.
And I was actually in the warehouse. So I was surrounded by men. And I remember even back then, one of the guys at the warehouse said, you know, when you live with a woman, you just want sex every day.
Every
And I was
day.
saying to myself, I said, so, but I thought you would get, tired. You'll be like, yeah, see, she already. Man, I said, nah. Trust me, when you get to that age, you will understand.
Yeah.
And I found it to be so. As this in the, they just got to look at you and say, sure,
Yeah.
let me go,
When the bird fly.
let me go. But it requires a lot more for women to, because they don't deter me, We go work, we had a bad day.
We go got a
Sure.
hurricane outside, be roof could blowing off.
They come home, they give us out there, you know what I mean? But women know, yeah, somebody talk about you at work, that put you in a frame of mind where you're really vibing. I know, gentlemen, you got to work towards it a little bit more. So that's why we're saying, have the conversation. That way, ladies, you can say what you want in a manner that is not um, belittling. Men or
Mm.
egos can be a little fragile sometimes, particularly when it comes to sex. So you really got to be mindful of how you put over stuff in a
Mm.
situation like that. Because remember, it's still very vulnerable, right? We
Mm.
check the
Boy,
chat. Right?
I peep at the chat and see some of these things these women do to men, right? That ain't
Oh,
perform good. Let me tell you.
oh
I
dear.
thank God. I thank God. I thank God. I can just say that. I thank God. Let me read some stuff there.
Yeah, let me see if I can find them, because they've gone
Um,
on.
yeah.
It's going a bit hard.
Whoa. Real women.
Let's see if I can.
Listen. Oh, I see. Haha. Things come on. Okay, you can read from. And like battery. Wait. Uh, like we got the man. Everybody chatting. So all right. I guess it could go from
Yeah, I cut off where
Natalia.
I cut off by Tara actually.
Or I cut off by Natalia. Natalia says a pen light battery can't help nothing but a flashlight. Sorry. uh, Tara laughing, Kevin Samuels, that's right. You hear good things about men too. Hey, hey, yeah. Terencia, listen, Neil, as the song says, if you not have it in a waist, you better have it in your face. Man,
It's
look,
a fact.
a
It's
woman,
a
hold
fact.
on, a woman said preparing for this show that she had a man, she was talking a man that had a small penis and she even went around to see if the man tongue game was good. I'ma just roll. I'ma just roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a
So
friend that,
you
that did
know,
that as well.
I
Where
know
the
TC
guy,
boy.
she reached over and she felt it. She realized that's what were happening. She just
Yeah.
politely put it back, and that was that. She just politely put it back, and
like she feel a banana. I was like, nah,
put
that's too soft.
put it back. And I
That's
know,
the you know.
again, I used to sing with some older guys, and one of them said, if you fail in the lower court, you should take it to the high court. You know what I mean? So just leaving that there for you.
Blair, not all women, Neil, have had good referrals before. Can't say so for all. I hope they've had good referrals. I mean, as I say, I try to make sure everybody involved has a good time. So, anyhow, Terence, if you are good, I am bragging for you, damn it. Well, good. It's
Praise
like
God.
for me. You need referrals. You need referrals. My man, tricks, Neil. I am sure most men have that experience from in effect. I'm not sure what experience you're talking about. Oh, you mean a woman pulling at your bird? Boy, that's not a good feeling at all. Not all women, this is Natalia, not all women should get his jacket, but we women could get real vicious too. Be criming.
Freeman.
So the stories I've
Just,
heard.
yes.
Yeah, Mark, I want to be like you guys when I grow up. Mark,
You
stop
know
it.
it. You know it.
Behave. TC, I will not out you if you're not good. Uh, God bless your heart, TC.
My
Ronnie, no
heart.
matter what qualities, like royalty. Tara, men talk about women as well. For example, they played a Ted Bundy victim. They can't perform, etc. Weed. Blair, dog. I had a woman lick my knee and attempt to go upward. I was sitting at the edge of a pool minding my business. Some females for this fuck. Boy, let me tell you. Got some of
Wow.
it straight. I literally had a woman one time tell me, let me tell you something, see? They say it for you. There's a woman in Barbados right now, right? That we there's a woman in Barbados right now, right? That I met in 1997. We made out. We did not have sex. We just kissed up and everything like that. But we got interrupted. That was in 1997. To this day, if I see this woman, the woman just tell me, I'm whispering in my ear, I still got saying for you. To we could be
To this
a
day.
family. To this day, we could be a family. We could be in church. We could be at a funeral. It don't matter. The woman can let me know straight. You can ever collect what I got here for you.
Damn.
Playing 4 years. Um, real women want out a man. Girls do that. I hear you, Jennifer. Depends on how bad it is. Like just say that. Uh, uh, Tara Fox, Philip, as the song says, take some time to know your friend. Take some time. Yes, take some time. Like get that connection because it makes the set sweeter for sure. Anastasia, thanks for joining us. Yep, call women starfish when they're too still. I've done that. I've not to well, not to
Oh,
people,
yeah.
but I've
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Terencia Fox to Jennifer, Omar, we all need help. Teach us to please you. That's right. Rian, it only happens if you all piss us off. That ain't true, Rian. That ain't true. Cause everything is be good, and you get you girls, and it's be like, so how things with Neil, girl? Because especially if your friends know that y'all dating and y'all know starting out, there's not. So when I had the night yet, and she's be like, so the girls be like, so how it was, and you be like, girl. See, is the girl right? Is either girl or is
girl.
girl right? Um, if y'all do us wrong, and I think women big up their man, even if it's not all that. Some men get offered when you tell them you are not giving us what we need. I think it may be an ego thing. I had a woman one time tell me that sex was real good with me, right? But she ain't telling none of she friends. Quite that good. And that's
And that
not a
makes
humble
sense.
brag.
That
Yeah,
makes
and that's
sense.
not humble brag. Because I asked her what she made, she was like, nah, because none of my friends ain't kind of you saying
Exactly.
I want
Exactly.
sample. Nah.
So
Real
that makes
talk.
sense.
Tara says she don't know what you're talking about. Man, look, when the door me son, the conversations get with some of these women here. Me tell you. Nika, good night, welcome. Jennifer saying, okay, wait, I missed something. I sure I missed something. Tara real talk. Okay, no, I didn't. Swift block, wait, Dion block a man because of our sex?
Talk
Dion.
to us, Dion. Come on, man.
Talk the things. Talk the things.
Come on, Dion. That's not
That's
nice.
because of that.
Oh dear.
Sheesh. You ghost the man for
Roughness.
that. Naked laughing. Yes, sorry, purpose work. Clear, thanks for joining us again. I was so confused the first time I got one. Got one what? Faye and Natalia responded to Dion and delete look, savages in here, boy. Jennifer agreeing with you. I think I am too straightforward. Anastasia, some guys bad talk their women too, especially to other women. I have heard stories about women from the significant others about how they don't sex them enough. She always tired, and if is never a good look on the man.
I suspect that's a case though of that dude trying to get some from you. Because some dudes are not above saying, man, look, my wife don't give me that. Women in the chat. They will do this here, Jordan English style now. How many times as a woman have you heard, man, me and my girl together, but we don't really deal like that kind of way, because man, she'd be miserable and I don't get in the sex that kind of way, you know what I mean? If you've ever heard that as a woman, drop some ones in the chat. Man,
Ozzy chat,
if you
Ozzy.
ever heard that, if you ever use that line as a man, drop some ones in the chat.
I never use that line, but I've heard men use that line. Let me leave that there.
But let me go forward.
Jen, Tara, the rough to all. Sorry, I did that in my younger years. Yes, get up. Jennifer just get up and left. Jennifer Farrow, foot and roll out. Funny thing is, I want to take time to know you and not jump into bed, but my male buddies tell me, T, ain't every fuck meant to be a relationship. So that was actually something I had to understand and come to grips with. So for the first time in my life, I am actually exploring sexual freedom and not seeking a relationship from the encounter. You sure you want to put that out there in public, TC? Cause your DMs might be full by any sure. But I still want sleep. I still want sleep with more than one person at a time. Yeah, well, yeah, I won't advocate that. Jennifer, I don't believe in emasculating a man. Correct. Natalia, I turn on my lamp and continue reading the book I had started because that was all left for me to do. My good God.
Natalia and Nika just come in this chat and just drop bombs.
I don't know how I feel about myself there, boy. If I sex a woman and put in my all and the woman just roll over and take out the book, man, I continue reading. I don't know, boy.
I'll share a story, right? I'll give a story, right?
Oh, Lord.
There's a partner of ours, right? There's a partner of ours. The name will be safe to protect the innocent, right? Partner of mine, the man, tell the man. He started story all the time, right? The man in chat that no, do not up the man. Good. The man said he went by this chick and like up, heading up to the north, hot cross highway to where. So he gone and he put in his best work. As he says, I put in my best moves. All right. He done know he driving coming back across the road. When he get by the roundabout there by Lancaster with the chauffeur is, see he phone ring. The woman calling he. And my answer, yeah, babes, we're going off, feeling sweet. You know, you must say, listen, don't come back at my place. My man said he put down the phone and he went back around another woman for about a month.
Gee,
for about a month. Spirit broken.
I thank God. God, I thank you. That's all I'll say about that. It's rude and childish. That's what TC is saying. Good to you. Good for you. Sorry. Clear. Yep. For older folks, there's a lot to unlearn if you want to be out there now, for sure. Beyond, oh my God. My man doing it's a mind thing. Make love to a woman's mind first. Amen. And all other organs will follow. That's what I love to do. I actually said that to someone one time where to me sex is psychological. And I want to get to a point where we could be across the room and I could just give you a mouth a word to you. It could be pineapple. And you just start to say, yeah, we're going to move. That's
That's a
why, like,
safe word. Pineapples.
no, I don't deal in safe words, dog. Safe words is for things like terrorism and things. I don't want that.
Okay, I got you.
All other organs will fall in place. I learned this from research. Oh, you learned it from research. It's true. This Chad, thanks for coming out. It's true when you live with a woman, every time you see she bear one fat. Chad, bad day, you want some good day, you want some stressed out, you want even listen.
Straight.
We've got a bad day, we want sex. We've got a good day, we want sex. We've got a migraine, we want sex. We've be vomiting and want sex. We've be got a cold and want sex. Be unfazed. It's clear. Meantime, she fretting about housework, online school, the laundry, if the car want gas. You're trying to hear that. You're trying to hear that. You rough though, cheesy. Yeah, Natalia rough to all. Especially this Blair. Especially if we into her, a stray hair could fall correct. Could fall correct across your face and boom, we heard enough to cut grass. I remember the thing you put in the chat today with my man. Natalia, this was coming to the end of my marriage. Trust and believe I didn't care. Yeah, you literally didn't have a care. Terencia, you are fam. If she got it for you, it is for you. Fact. Listen, a close friend of mine taught me this at the end of my 20s. If a woman has something for you, it is for you. Whether it is today, tomorrow, or 20 years from now. She will deliver at some point if given the opportunity. Correct, sometimes they want to keep you to themselves. Yeah, have you met me? That's true, Blair. Have you met me? I don't know who Dion. I don't. It's actually funny because Rian, yes, ones in the chat, not once, ones. Even the man ones. Renee all of a sudden got ones. Anastasia ones, but it don't mean me feel for you. Time really is you ain't talking about me too. My girl Nick to me was kind of thing this. What kind of thing is that? Don't take it personally. She just has some studying to do. Studying? You can study after the 11. Study. Yeah, my man Stefan, thanks for coming out and joining and not bringing the cricket gifts. A month, he was not very devastated. She really was not exactly. Agreed. Fernando, my man Fernando, boy, I ain't seen in a long time. Well, everything is well. Agreed. Sex is psychological. Omar taught when a woman met the rules, it's just about sex, but you do a good job, and she's saying all of a sudden you and she in a relationship.
Catch feelings.
That has happened before. Steve, also, guys, you know it's bad when you as a man, you faked that you finished just so you can go home, or no matter how much time she called, you always busy. Steve, you fake an orgasm, Steve? Steve.
All the men, if you've ever faked an orgasm, put some ones in the chat. What's the chat, dude?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
If you
Toya, good night. Good night, Toya.
Orgasm, put some ones in the chat.
I cannot imagine. So how you fake an orgasm is just... how you fake an orgasm as a man? It's just... I don't know how you fake orgasm as a man.
Here we go.
Steve, boy, Steve for everyone. My man try to put ones till his cues.
Here we go. Yeah.
Silly. Anyhow, when my chassis went home and feed the dogs. Cha. Well, I have been fortunate to say this, that I know how to get money. And I believe that I have satisfied. I have so much clearly. Toya, you come in. Walk up by
Lord have mercy. Exactly that. Walk up by a stick.
Oh man, looking like Laura Zen in that video. Yeah, me. Look at intense orgasm.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah, it happens. Would it be enough for me to leave? I would say this: if I had a partner, I have had partners where, because everybody like what I like, right? I want it is within the realm of keeping a certain level of safety and security within sex. and it ain't that you pulling out a pitchfork to hit you across your back with or anything. So, once you create that sexual safety and emotional safety and vulnerability while you're having sex, there's nothing wrong in having a discussion about what each other what each other likes, right? So once you do that, not be so quick. I will have a conversation. All I ask in a partner is that you be sexually open. You be sexually open. I'm not saying that I want to go and have a threesome. I'm not saying that we gotta go and have sex. But a balcony, all I'm saying is I just want a woman. I pass the age of threesomes, man. I wanted threesomes in my 20s, in my 30s. I'm barely able to satisfy one. So
let me just talk back to you a little because Blair is raising a very important point. Blair put his ones and said it was either you fake it or hurt her feelings, right? And I'm certain a lot of women experience the very same thing. You can fake it here just so you don't hurt this guy's feelings and you just roll out. You know what I mean?
When you fake it, if you fake it with me and I feel like I mash you up, I can come back and say, you want some more to say that? You want some more this loving? No, it's gonna, because if we're in a relationship now, I'm not talking about if we just
stick a move.
Jennifer asking if you want threesome.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Jennifer, you got something to say to the man in the days? Anyhow.
Oh dear.
Let me behave. The point I'm trying to make is that when you fake, and you, especially in the context of a relationship, you fake, you make me feel like, yeah, boy, this man destroy me. When I come out and say, yeah, you want peace more, you don't really solve any problem. Because as we just said, men want it as often as they can get it.
Every day.
So the man, I'm bugging you for sex. And all of a sudden you gotta study. All of a sudden you gotta put him in a dress. All of a sudden you gotta clean the house for the third time the week. Like, nah. I
heard a woman tell a man he nasty, her pussy for nothing. You know, so those are kind of things. Those are the kind of things you would get. And you really got to wonder if it's a case, can't because you say, Neil, no, you fake it, and no, you got to continue to fake it.
Or continue to fake it.
You got to continue to fake it. So, and imagine, fellas, you faking with a woman, then she come back and tell you she's pregnant for you. How would you process that as a man?
But hold on a minute. Yeah, but hold on a minute though. You faking, right? But you know when tempers flare and you really want to drop a little saying in your mind.
It coming back.
That is why I've not had an orgasm in 20 years.
You know what I mean? It come back.
And he might take that to heart.
He will. For me, I like to watch maternity court. I know you do it. I like to watch maternity court.
I love myself too much to do that.
And on the paternity court, there's so many guys that come in, and you hear the woman say, I was vexed, and they tell you that he ain't the father. You know what I mean? No, and a lot of times, this is a man that has been, he would have been there throughout the 9 months of the pregnancy, the child born and everything. The man's still there, he provide him, buying Pampers, formula, everything, providing. But in one moment, the woman decided, let me get at this man, and she hit with a lower blow. And the man said, nah, boy, everything out through. And then we come into paternity court to find out who this child belongs to. You know what I mean? Right. So it's that one unguarded moment where you just throw something out there, and the man let it go. You know what I mean? The man let it go. So we just got to find a way to talk these things through from without any angst, without any malice, without any rancor. Just talk it through. I know sometimes it be a little difficult because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, right? But is it more hurtful to kind of keep them up and down, and then you say, you know what, I can double outside here a little bit and come back, or you're going to double and get catch or something like that and break up a whole relationship, or to have that conversation?
Hey, Chad, I know you know that term. Chat?
Got 3,000.
You know what the got chat? All right.
Yeah, just have the
Yeah.
conversation. I feel it might be a little easier to go that route.
Yeah, let me go in the chat. Derek, well, first, Natalia is asking me sexually open. How open? For me, it depends on every man. To me, I like a woman, like I was saying before, about certain words. I remember one time I dated a girl where we had a word. Let's say the word was pumpernickel. Every time the word pumpernickel was said, we would have to leave wherever we were going and go and have sex. Whether in the car, whether it is wherever. So let's imagine we out in a party in a fete, or we at a family function or whatever, and she's there. If I come to her and I say pumpernickel, you know what time it is. And there's no so like when they say being sexually open, some men might want to know if you go pick up the gimp suit and do all sorts of things. Um, but for me personally, I just want to know like, shoot. For me, it could be anything. Like, yeah, if I tell you come out here and only come out here in a party, if you're gonna be like, oh, I want to know that you will say, my mom got work for me, like get it there in a beer party,
But
right?
Neil, it's interesting because there are some women who may have been raised a bit more conservatively, and they're not necessarily within that kind of frame of mind. But I think it's on you as a man to kind of make the woman a bit more comfortable with certain things. Uh,
Psychologically, no. This is where
yeah,
the connection and the safety and the
yeah,
vulnerability. Yeah.
you got to show that way. Yeah, you could trust this dude. You could trust me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you are safe with me. I'm not going to talk your business. Yeah, don't do that. I ain't gonna talk your business, and I am not looking to degrade you or anything. Now we're just looking to have a good time
That's good
and
time. Yeah.
explore it to the fullest. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you will find that women respond to that a little bit more and are more willing to be, as you say, sexually open if they're comfortable enough.
Wait, how Nika saying they be demanding? So Nika, if you had a boyfriend, I don't know if you have a boyfriend or not, but if you had a boyfriend, the man say here,
Nika
tune
says she's
right?
single forever.
Yeah, all right, don't bother Nika. Don't worry, Nika. Uh, yeah, Neil. Yeah, dread the go-to word. Yeah. Like to me, sex should be fun, right? Sex should be. Yes, there's a space for. So sex for me is a physical expression of the emotional vulnerability and safety and security, right? Everything that encompasses your relationship should be manifested and relayed physically without words. Literally, just using all of your senses to have a good time in sex. Therefore, if we say, and that's the thing, you have the conversations about what are your do's and don'ts. Some women don't like this, some women like that, some men like this, some men don't like that, right? But once everybody is understanding of what is out of bounds and what is allowed, then I have no problem in exploring things within that bound, within those boundaries, right? And I don't see anything wrong. I had one woman that apparently there's a undergarment that has a vibration thing in it, and
Wait, anybody?
the yeah, you could download the app for it. So the man was so I had a woman say that she would like to buy that undergarment, and for me to download the app so that when we out and about she could do, I could torment her
I
as
know for myself, I'd be a dangerous guy without remote control.
hey, no. That's pressure. That's pressure, especially if it could work from a distance and you're at work and I got a Wi-Fi at home and I could just go put the broad for the internet and just you in a meeting with your bosses like zoom zoom,
All right,
right?
the same we got to go, can we let me miss some stuff?
Yeah, we miss a lot. People actually the people want to know why men does fit. Terencia, it was Terencia. Who else? Want to know why would a man fit? The people want to know, Derek. Why would a
Yeah,
man want to fit?
Blair touched on it already. Sometimes you just like this ain't working for me, let me just go on. So you fake it and roll, and because you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, you just like as my mom said, walk a stick. Let's try some walk out a stick.
I'll fall over like a dead sheep.
Yeah, just like, yeah, you know what and go home, you know what I mean? So it
Tara said she
happens.
need at least listen. Tara said she want 5 reasons why a man would fake it.
Oh Lord, it just gave you one.
Tara, you compiling information, or what you doing? You writing
Yeah,
a
so
book? Tara writing a book? Don't skim over the topic. People want to know. There.
let's go back in the chat. We can get back on that.
He did doodling, Tara. All the mad, Tara. He did doodling. Anyhow, let me go up.
Because I'm missing some of the comments.
Tara, you doing a thesis? That ain't no answer there. Look, we got lawyers in here, or I know Terencia. Terencia, you ain't a lawyer. I know for sure you ain't a lawyer. I don't know if Tara's a lawyer or not, but I know you.
Is actually are working towards it or something.
Oh, she's a lawyer. But
she here practicing for the man.
Yeah, okay. She cross-examining. Okay. This ain't law and order here. Where are we going from? My goodness. What? All right. So let me go up a little bit more. Terencia murder. That's when you become busy. He bringing about the same blueprints based on prior results. Jennifer laughing. Fernando. My Derek Stark jacket with no sleeves. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Pregnant. Pain. That's right, Blair. Funny you should mention that. Steve, like you got another story. Steve's stories are amazing, just by the way. Terencia Ouch, why do men fate? Do tell Derek being a circle. But paternity court is kicks. No, don't do it, Mark. I only got but so much brain cells going forward. Chad, may not be how good you thought it would be, Fat. Derek, we want to know why we can circle back. I talked to Natalia about Sexually Open. It's an interesting show. Thank you very much. It's interesting. We have the most people viewing at any single time when we talk about sex.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. My mom child, she may have promised the God 3,000 and then she played dead.
Don't do
boy,
it. Man, don't do that. Do not promise. Because, man, you know we like to say, my God is here for you. Make it do turn over cockroach. And then we turn up. Nothing going on. Don't do that. Yeah. As my man child, so don't promise a God 3,000 and then when you turn up, you only got one God and it's a 1,500. Don't do that here.
Especially with me, right?
All right. Yeah, you hold it though.
You promise me. All right. Anyhow, Tara laughing. Dylan, thanks for joining us. He's laughing. Stevie fit, and she called you saying she may have twins, but because I left that alone. Naked peeping. Terencia laughing. To do things. LOL. Pumpernickel is my new word. That's all right, man. Just don't think about me when you're using it. He Neil being very demanding. Demanding for what? Yeah, like I asked you to walk out like a cheerleader. And I ain't, anyhow, Blair Neil, yeah, word, yeah. When I said so, Derek, you too dangerous, but shoot, nigga, you single for life. Well, you choose to be single for life, you should say. Tara, I would like you two to answer the wait. What? How we get dragged into this? I thought the question was for Derek. I don't know nothing about faking as a man. Anyhow, the question I posted earlier, I am curious. I have I have my pen and a book. Neil, you need to go back up. Miss out some things. Yeah, that we doing answer Tara question for real. Stefan, whose side you on? True Neil openness is good. It's serious about here. That's right, Tony. We here struggling. Neil, I am dying. Lord, look at trouble. I need at least 5 reasons. That's a little much, Tara. Tara, we getting the answer. Why, all right, name. Telling me, Tony, poor me. Tell us. Don't skim over the topic, a thesis. That ain't no answer. Derek, come again. Tara laughing. Yes, give details. I got my pen taken out. All of a sudden, Nathan knows a reporter. Sex should be fun, and it's not on you as the man to open her up. Oh, it is on you as the man to open her up and instill trust. That's right. Derek, the chat ain't safe right now. You better keep talking. Correct. The hostile, the natives restless. Me out here avoiding that question like Rose Bumper. Yeah, Derek has played some cricket. I know, right? Don't rub out the board, sirs. I taking notes. Oh, Lord Jesus, no. Exactly. Always under promises and over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. Exactly. When a woman say so how good you work it, man.
I know. If it got 6 blanks,
I remember one time a woman asked me how big my penis was, and I said, "Well, I don't know. No, she asked me if I had a big penis. I say, I don't know if I have a big penis because it's not like I go around measuring with other men. I can only tell you that we will see whenever we get the chance. If we ever get it to that level, we will see. Don't ask me how big my penis is. I don't ain't like I ain't walking about with a ruler. Um, we got viewers tonight because of how you worded the post today. Peak interest without offense. Interesting, Derek. Interesting. Mark Diane, Natalia. Well, I feel pumpernickel is the business from now on. Pumpernickel and a kiss and that sweet part of your neck. Cheese on break. Natalia,
Pumpernickel take
girl,
over.
you're asking for children here. I am sure everyone failed at least once. I have not. That's the truth, Dylan. Stefan is impartial. My fate was to be over or get out of there. Oh God. Stefan always my Tara asking why Dylan, why did you fake? The reason for faking might actually be the same for both parties. Or you got something to say, trick? Same, exactly, Neil. Don't brag for. Let's keep man what's going on. Don't brag beforehand. Man or woman let the experience for yourself. I agree. Because when I come here and say, let me tell you something, see, I undefeated. I am 35 and over when it comes to sex. When you deliver and the woman say, what was they say you bring here?
You're only nasty, no?
You're only dirty on my sheets. Got bare wet spots now. I got to change my sheets and I got to turn over the mattress. So I can't stand this here. Let me see here with the pen and paper. Nick, who are you taking? Derek, tell me that you. So Derek, why do men fear? I honestly don't know why a man would fear.
But the men have been saying all along, right? A lot of times, shoot, there may be times you may even be bored. You say, you know what, I've been here too long. They got things to do. And just when my choice to walk out and stick over there. You may be pressed for thing. Walk up and stick over there. It may not have been what you expected. You say, no, walk up and stick over there. Shoot, it may be a case where you, as a man, have a crisis of conscience. You might have gone to teeth a little piece, may say, you know, you're doing a little horning, and then they say, what are you really doing here? Walk up and stick over there. You know what I mean? So
but you in already though. A crisis of conscience, but you in. So
yeah, but still,
you mean the mental of it may be affecting
the gears getting on your head, or you might be there at that point, and then you have a crisis of conscience. You hear you tell yourself, "What are you really doing here?" And then you say on top of all that, well, this ain't even that good. This ain't worth getting catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this ain't worth the horn.
This ain't worth it. So as my chance to walk up and stick. I
know. So I have never faked. I have always well, no, let me say always. They've had times where I've been left unfulfilled. But I don't fake. They've had times where I was like, oh, all right. I started to chafe, right? So just ease up because I'm about to catch fire. You understand? Just hold up. But I can't say that I've ever faked. I can only assume, as you said, for your reasons. You know what I mean? You may have got things to do. It may not be that good, and you may not be in that kind of relationship where you could tell you ain't working, so this is what you should do, or this is what you should do. I honestly thought, which is funny because now I'm learning something, because I always thought men found a way to get theirs, and I thought it was the women that fit because they were so, like, you know, women are different, unique in all their approaches. I thought men was like, look, if I can get it in this position, I could get it in that position. If I can get it with this act, I could get it with that act, right? I figured they would know how to best do it. So,
but you'd be surprised to know that sometimes it's like you tell yourself, I could have knocked this out with my hand. You know what I mean?
I have never had that experience.
I can get the same result at the end without the complication, and that's the next thing returns the complication, because it's like I gotta deal with this girl when it's done. You know, because you still don't want to be disrespectful and like, all right, yeah, I got left as soon as it's done. You know what I mean? You don't want to beat it that way. So
there are times where
some kind of interaction after, as opposed to like something that's tantamount to the money on the table. Yo, you know. So it's like, I'll fix this at home. Let me cut to the chase and get to leaving.
So wait. So you've had sex with a woman and been unfulfilled and went home and sorted yourself? Man, if you all did that in the chat, let me. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, boy. I leave it with my nut here. I leaving, or you leaving. I got my
And
nut
check
here.
it too, right, Neil? Check it.
Sheesh. No.
How many times have, as men, have you said to yourself, oh, like a little bit, and then you think,
Where
okay,
you go?
call this girl, and then it's like, the drama, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Let me just knock it up myself.
No, I agree. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand that. But what I'm saying, I can't imagine having sex with a woman, not orgasming, and then going home to take care of it myself. To me, I'd be vexed every time I look at my penis. I'd be like, I
But,
barely waste my gas until I get up by that girl. I know I gotta deal with this myself. No, I gotta take a shower and go sleep.
but here's the thing, right? Sometimes you drive and go on up there, and then it's like, well, as I hear, I might as well, and then it's like, all right, we're doing it, and then there's definitely this, as they say, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. So, let me get out of here, right?
Listen,
Man, in chat, if you know what you're talking about, drop some ones in the chat, man. If you know what you're
listen.
talking
For
about.
me, for me personally, I have always found the way. Because first things first, I make sure that you straight as a woman, you good, everything good. And then when it's my turn, and nah. Very
But
few
that's the
times
thing,
I've
Neil.
gone home with a belly hurt. Very few times
As
I've gone home with a belly hurt.
I may be different because for me, I don't necessarily, as you say, you sort out first. You know what I mean? Make sure that you covered,
Yeah, make sure
and
everything
then
good.
once you get it good, So
I mean, it
if
could
it
be
ain't
better.
ready, I could be better, but you get it
Better.
good. So I don't necessarily have to like see it to its completion, especially if
Uh,
it ain't working for me that kind of way.
yeah, I gotta see it to completion though. Blue balls is a real thing. I got you. Yeah, you got a job here to do. Well, don't get me wrong. They've had times where something was off,
Yeah,
and the
sometimes
woman was
something is
and the
just
woman was trying to please me, but for some reason, whether it be like fatigue or
sometimes they're
what she was
hungry,
doing.
sometimes they're tired.
Yeah. And she doing her thing. She doing it for a very long time, and sometimes you just say, you know what, just
I want you to
I
see
will.
that the men in the chat know exactly what you're talking about, huh?
I seen a lot of ones. I seen a lot of ones. Neil in the corner like this, man. Yeah, mm,
No, it's just saying.
I don't take, I leave it, man. I don't go to a nut farm. I go home empty-handed. I just saying. I don't. I'm a very task-oriented man. If I come to drink milk,
You're
drinking,
kind of you're coding ghost.
I come to calls. I come to drink milk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going home to then look for milk. So that's just me. This is very interesting. I know way more about you both than I need to know. Uh,
So man,
uh,
Stefan asked, so you just don't come or you just come. What you said? Oh Lord, where you going?
people ask about coming again, watch IPL.
Yeah, watch APL.
Wait, let me make sure. All right, he said you just don't or you just come and be like, that was so poor. I should have watched IPL. Yeah, I mean, they had
But
times
but
where
but
I
even
just
even in the midst
I
of
just
it,
come and
sometimes you
be
might be
like,
telling yourself, yo, IPL on you.
oh no, for sure. Oh, don't get tired. No, there had times I was like, child boy, I could be home playing Call of Duty or
Yeah.
child boy, basketball tonight, yeah. But I want you to know, I come in and then I'm gonna be like, yeah,
But everybody like that, Neil.
I
Clearly.
could have.
Clearly everybody like that. It's like shoot, cricket on, football showing, basketball on, you the playoffs on. I remember my child said, "Walk up stick," and you're out. You know what I mean?
Walk up, no, I can't walk up a stick. That's he's there, boy. He's put too much of himself out here, boy.
Clearly, clearly.
A nut farm, yeah. What is called? What is called a place that's deal with nuts on nut farm?
Oh
I don't
Lord.
know. I just saying.
Basically, gonna deal with
Uh,
this first.
what was all Saint the JJ slap? not sure you expected, not scale, do tell. Tara, you was work for your nation?
I'm saying.
Tara, Tara, what was off? I'm sorry, but I don't remember every instant where my mind was not there. There have been times where the woman just was doing what she was doing. It was not.
It just isn't working. It
It
just
just
isn't
wasn't
working.
working.
And, and,
There have been
and
times where
ladies,
the Virginia was slapped.
I'm sure ladies who can attest to that, where sometimes something just ain't working. The fella might be he might be a cool fella, he might be a cool guy, good personality, everything. Wood up, woodworking, good size, whatever. But
And the
for
man just
whatever,
can't pelt it. Can't pelt
can't
it. He
pelt it
can't pelt
or
the javelin like Keyshawn.
can't pelt waist nor face, you know what I mean? And even if he
Mm.
can, for whatever reason, y'all are clicking and it just ain't working. It
Yep,
happens.
yep. It
You know what I mean?
happens, and
It
that's another
happens.
thing, Tara. Because I would say this. I would say the times where I would have had difficulty orgasming, or it was, a very drawn out experience. The
Yeah,
connection
and I
was
think Neil, right,
the connection was not always there.
but you's a guy, you are committed to the purpose. You like shoot long and drawn out or not.
I ain't left in here without my bag of nuts. That's what I do.
Right.
I left in
Some of the men I was like,
Ross nuts.
shoot. You assess the situation. I think I saw Blair say earlier, after you going at this thing for a little while, you recognize, you know what? This ain't happening here for me. I got shit to do. Deuces.
No, I come here
Chat
for
time.
purpose. I come here for purpose. I come here to go home without nuts.
Well, I'll
Straight.
tell you.
So,
So, because we're coming up to our time nearly, um, bad sex, is it enough to break up? I think you've got to
I,
really look at it in terms of, because I think you can kind of rescue the situation. I think
mhm.
you can through a lot of communication outside of the bedroom. Well, for those of you who do it in the bedroom, some of you might be doing it in the kitchen or in the car or wherever.
Nah,
Wherever.
I carry down for me, Charlie.
Yeah, at 6 foot plus, we think we are a little too
Yeah,
large to fit in the squeeze it in the car, right? But anyhow,
basketball and thing down that.
and you try to fall out at 40, that kind of thing. But
I just drive a car, so nah.
yeah. But whether you do it car, living room, floor, bedroom, whatever, have the conversations outside of that so you can come to a better understanding of each other, kind of be able to talk through certain things. Again, we talking to you guys from a position where we've lived life for a while, been around the block a couple times. This in expert
Circulate like the
advice.
police.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is just experience talking,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And based on the stuff that we see here in the chat, clearly y'all have some similar experiences as well, right? So talk it through.
Yep,
Don't be afraid
yep.
to talk it through. If you go into a new situation, I understand now that things are a little different with hookup culture because we living in the age of Tinder and Bumble and Christian Mingle and all these different
Yeah.
things, right?
Mm.
So it's a little different. People process relationships a little differently these days, but you should be able to kind of, if you are willing to exchange bodily fluids with somebody, I think you should be able to talk to them a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind
Yeah,
of achieve
connect,
certain
man.
things.
Connect. To me, the connection. Once the connection on, and I mean on and popping. How old am I? That's all wrong coming over me. Sorry, I apologize. You chap saying on and popping. If the connection is clicking, right? If you're clicking in your connection, um, it is going to make the sex that much sweeter. It's going to make that sex a lot more rewarding. And then you ain't going to go worry about faking it as a man. You ain't going to worry about rolling over and reading nothing. I mean, once the connection on, where we down have sex, we rolling over and get sleep. We ain't even talking. You understand? So I would advise, I know, as Derek said, in the hookup culture, in the ease with which we can have sex now and have a sexual relationship now, I would say, ain't not wrong with taking a week or two to say, yeah, you could get this, but just know, let me let me let me have
You
a
mentioned
talk
on the
here and
right
there.
page.
Yeah, yeah. Let me make sure we're engaged because the worst thing is to. So as I told you, all I like to leave in my nuts, my raw nuts. I have been having. I remember one time I had sex for about an hour and a half, and it wasn't pleasurable. But the job had to
Exactly.
be finished. And it was like like you're having sex to the point where it's like, all right, just hurry up, just come on.
Exactly. Bitches, what you may faking?
No, I ain't faking Derek, cause no, I come to pick up raw nuts. I ain't come to pick up roast. I ain't getting home to roast the nuts. I come for my raw nuts.
Mercy.
I get home baiting the nuts. I get home a baiting on nuts. They've had a time. There was a time I can remember where I went to have sex, and it was that kind of thing where it was like we going and going and going, but nothing happening. She was fine, but I was going and going and going, and I couldn't orgasm. And I was like, you know what? No problem. We just talk, whatever. I went home, right? And I literally was in pain because we men, you don't orgasm. There's something called blue balls. Your belly is be hurting, your head is be hurting, your testes is be down on the floor by your ankles. You go in the shower, and then it was like, yeah, boy, I can rub up one here. But then I was so vexed. I was upset. I was like, I don't want to think about sex right now, B. I was mad. I was mad. I can't eat. Nah, Mark. I can't fit. I come here.
Exactly,
to
Mark.
do it.
You gotta fit in that scenario.
We come here to do a job. I fulfill my end of the bargain. I've made you orgasm and feel good and sexy. You got work to do.
Stefan is asking if you ever had a person you didn't like at all, but you had great sex. Yes,
a person you didn't like.
Yeah, I've actually experienced that.
Person that you didn't like.
Yeah, like somebody, but then that sex is intense because now it's fueled by
anger and rage.
Yeah.
Disdain. I can't say so. If you vex me and you anger me, my bird ain't flying. Can't move me. Nah.
Yes, it kind of crosses over though into something else that you got to kind of really manage in terms of for those of you who might be into bondage, etc., and dominance and submissives and stuff like that. You got to be really careful how you walk that line. But yes, Dr. Walker, to answer you, it is possible for something like that to happen, where you actually have sex with somebody that you don't really like that.
I can't say that I've ever experienced that. Everybody I've had sex with, there was a level of connection there. I ain't saying that I was in love, but yeah, at least like connect with the person on a basis to say, all right, well, this person is a complete idiot. Let it fly there. People talking about nuts. Tara, if I went to dig yams, wait, you was a lawyer and you don't hear? I went for nuts, raw nuts. I went for the yams. I went digging for nuts. I came home and roasting nuts or baking the nuts. Stefan, a whole movie, that's right. Colin, thanks for joining us. He's saying softly, hour and a half. I got stuff to do. A power 45 and we good. Shoot, as a man, that's 20 minutes and everybody happy. I've had 10-minute sets, right? And both parties went sleep second at a time. So it's all about connection. It's all about the willingness and openness from both parties and that space, right? That you're brave to do that. 5-star general, that's Omar. So why did you take so long? Do explain. Sarah, who's saying you? Who's saying you ain't here for me tonight?
She only comes to confuse this chat.
Come to you like you working for the Gestapo or what? Let's just say there are some things I like and there are some things that I could kind of work around, and I got some things I don't like. So a lot of things, sometimes women do a lot of things thinking that, oh, I see this in a porn, I hear my girlfriends talk about this can please my man. And all you're doing is soaring up my erect penis. So and I don't mind you, Tara, though. I'm not fat now. Let me behave again. I'll stop.
Yeah, just leave Tara there.
I was wrong, Tara, working on the Netflix. Oh, yeah, Tara working for the Netflix. Listen, I hope if you put me any thesis or anything that making money, the man want royalties here.
Facts, straight. Bring money.
Bring money. I like Tara. She keeping you all busy. Let me hear no too. He stopped for lunch. 20 minutes is praying time. This has been a very interesting discussion.
It has been.
Long and short of it, people, try to connect with your partner first or your potential, whatever, whether it be a fling or whatever. If as a woman or a man you decide to just stick and move, or be stuck and move. Just um, try to connect on some basic level first, because that is going to make it even better. Tata, another saying. See the black people now. See black people. That's why we will never get nowhere. Thanks for coming out here, Tara. But yeah, angry sets now. A few weeks ago, I said I operate off energies, and that anger. Nah, I am body anger sets. I do anger sets one time, and I went home sore. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, the long and short of it, oh Lord, Skeet, man. Yeah. So basically, people, we are saying try to connect with your people. Try to have the unsexy conversations or the sexy conversations. Try to learn. Try to create a space of emotional safety, security, vulnerability, physical intimacy, physical safety. You don't want your partner to feel as though you're about to get in there and headlock she and rough she up, say she
Yeah.
want a black eye and that kind of thing. You want a space where you can know that your body will be treated with utmost respect, and he or she will not do something to make you feel less than or treated poorly. Um, so yeah. Oh, and if you can leaving your partner for bad sex, for me personally, well, first things first, I don't want to inexperienced people. So I don't want these people that looking for somebody that pure, and I want somebody that come with a little experience. Um, once you have a little experience, then I could work with you. We can have that conversation, we could talk, and then it could be a back and forth something about what you want. I don't know if it will necessarily leave if everybody hitting all the other cylinders or whatever, unless the sex is completely atrocious. I can't say I've ever had atrocious sex. Um, I can't say I've had bad sex. So there ain't no we want add. The people getting crazy, like too sharp for bad sex, find a good connection and make it work. I
Yeah,
could
see
give that.
Steve here asking the question: what if the sex is bad and you're married? At that point, you think you're pretty much in it. Yeah,
Steve. Hold on
no,
a minute now. Let me talk. No. I gotta address this. Let me take off my glasses and wipe my bro. Steve, if I'm married to my woman, there's a level of understanding and a level of fluidity, space of vulnerability and transparency where I would say, look, the sex got to be a certain level for me to marry first things first.
but straight. We can't marry
Number one.
if we're Indian.
Right. No, if things change, because I know, women have their hormones, people grow apart, people have distance, women have children, their bodies change, everything like that, I understand. Then you have those conversations. You don't throw up your hands and say, well, she ain't stern, she ain't doing it like how I like it do her anymore. Nah. Try,
And
like, you
especially
talk.
especially at that point, Neil, too, because you also got to consider the other stuff that you've already invested in. You already gone through the expense of getting married and stuff like that. But then, because it's marriage, now you're talking potentially children, potentially property, that kind of thing.
Mortgage.
Like
Yeah.
mortgages, loans, all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. You got kind of know, kind of split down the middle if you're lucky, or you as a man may end up with it because um, you didn't want to have a conversation to explain to somebody, but yeah, this way like, you know what I mean. So if it bad, if you married, if you managed to marry and it was bad, condolences, but you're already married, so try your best to
No,
work it out at this point.
no. Believe me, the day want to see me with a wife, I all good when it comes to sex. That would never
yeah,
be that would never be a nah. Let me knock on wood though.
yeah, do that. Yeah, life is too short, man.
What have we got anything? Unless it's arranged marriage, that's Jennifer. Some aggression, of course. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I am concerned where people get to an age and refuse to experiment. Sorry, this vanilla life can't work. I mean, that's what I mean by
Straight.
sexually open.
You gotta be able to have that conversation. You gotta be able
Yep,
to have that
yep.
conversation.
I'll be open. I ain't saying that we used to fly from the chandelier, but shoot, we could at least have a conversation about it.
Yeah,
Um,
energy is not always sweet and gentle. That is so true.
mhm,
So
yep.
true. But anyhow, folk,
Yeah, people.
this has
Thank
been
you so very much. I don't know if there are any more questions or anything. So I see Nick is saying okay or Neil or what I do. Or Neil, why do, nigga? Where all of a sudden these men here. Oh, Damien, communication. Thanks for joining, Damien. Communication is very important in most things, correct, including sex. The good and the bad, because we like to how they said, girl, you had my wood hard yesterday, and
Yeah.
oh, you had me wet like a river yesterday, but it don't come with. You see, I just like to do this thing, right? When I have sex, there is a moment where I like to have a assessment period. How was your service? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you climax? Is there any suggestions you would like to give to your server?
You submit a questionnaire. You can go a
Yeah, yeah,
questionnaire
yeah.
for that.
But that's quality assurance. If customer service can do that to improve their service and levels of service, restaurants, customer service, car salesmen, you have to be able to look at your partner and say, look, I had a rollicking time. Did you have a rollicking time? Yes, I had a rollicking time. Is there anything I could have done differently to make the experience even better? Or did you orgasm? How many? And you just talk. You have a conversation because the only thing, what's the worst that can happen? You can hear, well, child, you didn't really work it that sorry, but you could do something a little different. And next time it would be better. Or she could say, you are the best sex I ever had with you. You gonna take a shower and gonna pop your color and walk out.
Yeah,
Your
start
chest
in
big in the
gallery.
ear.
Your chest big.
As a man used to sit back in the day, right? When one time I would tell he, child boy, he best sex. She man says, so you like that? I was good. She says, this is the best penis I ever had. But man standing over, she like a superhero soul.
Yeah, check the ear. Oh,
Talk in the distance.
kid. Oh, I missed the
Yeah,
kid.
hard. Yeah. Um, uh, yeah, people need conducting post-coitus interviews. Yes, you must. The exit interview, correct, John? Trust me, trust me. I am all about self-improvement. As I told you all in a previous podcast, the day that I stop learning is the day I close my eyes and pass away. Therefore, I don't claim to be the best love in the world. So obviously there's room for improvement.
Always,
I answer
always.
the hard questions, and I expect you all women from now on to answer the hard questions. So men, stop faking and answering questions or give feedback unless if the it ain't really that serious. And women, same thing. If it ain't that serious, then you can let her go,
Keep
fake
it
it, and
trucking.
move.
Yeah.
Right. But if this is a committed relationship and this is somebody that you care about or whatever, ask questions, have conversations, good, bad, or indifferent. What do you like? What do you dislike? What is on the table? What is not on the table? You understand? Experiment. I gave you all for free. I know they talk about safe word, but I start a word. Just a word. And the thing is, the psychological thing about it is you can attach this word to a previous experience. So, men, if you had her one time with she eyes in the back of she head and she's shaking like she got Tourette's and she's
The
soaking away you she
Exorcist.
right? If you got she head turning around like the exorcist, associate when you done right and she there like, oh God, I can pass out. Tell she from now on, right? I want you to associate what you just experienced with the word Fallujah. Fallujah. Now, every time you want her in the mood, when it could be anywhere, tell she Fallujah.
Illusion. There we go.
Everything go. Yeah, because we men, as we just said, you blow up and we too hard, we ready. We want women in that same state too. As they look at them, they're like, yo, let's rock. So yeah, man, have conversations, talk about things, good, bad, and different. Just talk, communication, and my goals. Hi, Kavitra. Thanks for joining us. I hope everything is well. I'll leave that comment right there.
Leave it right
Um,
there.
right there. That is why the women ready for Neil. Ready for Neil. She bought that review live. If she watching now, she got it. Yeah. Yeah, this has been a very good thing. I can like this my goals comment because yeah, I just like that comment. Yeah, so I hope you all understand a bit more about sex. It's not about giving up on sex. If you are in a committed relationship, obviously there's something about the person that has you there. So you have the conversation and yeah, Blair, mental conditioning. Don't get tired. I never watched 50 Shades of Grey, but from what women tell me, they got something. I ain't 100% on board with what my mom was doing, but there is something to the conditioning because even when we done, I want you to hear these words. I want you to remember these words. I want you to, yeah. Terencia, leave it. Leave it alone, Terencia. Leave it alone. Leave it. I didn't expect that comment. No, but yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Anyhow, the point is, Derek, I think we need to go.
Yeah,
We
I
need
think
to.
so as well.
These people started to get my business. I honestly didn't expect that comment. It kind of threw me for a loop. So, thanks everybody for the comments, the engagements. We had over 40 people.
That's great.
You know, tell your
We
friends. I
appreciate it.
thank all the newcomers. All the newcomers, and my man Derek was saying, like, comment, share, follow, all that sexy thing. Tony, you blushing. Leave the red man alone. No, everybody give me mine goes. I thought that would throw me off. Point is, talk, have the conversation. Don't just dig out. Just don't SO. Thanks everybody for coming out. Derek, anything you want to add? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to go in?
As always, guys, as we said, have the conversations, because even if it's sex, we still want you to be the best version of you.
The best version. You look at these
See
people.
You guys next week.
We'll see you next week, next week Tuesday. Yeah. Peace and love, everybody. Stay safe. Thanks for coming out.